Hello. So, friends pop in suddenly. You come home, you're really tired, you have nothing in the fridge. What can you do to create an instant party and a lot of fun? So, Chana Bateta, which means chana, the chickpeas, bateta, the potatoes, is an East African snack food. It's yummy, it's like a thick soup, it's spicy, it's tangy. You eat it with potato chips or a dry snack, crunchy dried snack called chevro, and you can make it within 7 minutes. It's really great and easy to make. I'm going to show you how to do that, and we're going to start with the ingredients. Red potatoes, so that's quite a lot. And what I did to be even lazier is I put them in the microwave for about 4 or 5 minutes, so they're already soft and ready to go. Then I've got my chana, which is, you can see, garbanzo beans. Now usually I use the big can, and these are just 400 milliliter cans, so I'm using 2 of those. And I've got 2 cans of crushed tomatoes, right? Doesn't matter, even if they're in pieces, even if they're, tomato paste, it doesn't matter. You just need enough tomato to make your sauce. And then here's the secret ingredient to my mom's chana bateta, which was a little bit of coconut milk. And what coconut milk does is it gives it a smooth creaminess. Many people use the chickpea flour to thicken it, but I think coconut milk, it's really great. Now, in terms of spices, you will need mustard seed, just a teaspoon, get it to pop, and you will need whole cumin, and that goes in the oil and creates the masala. Then you add things like turmeric, chili, more cumin if you want, and then it's just chili, lemon, salt. Okay, so watch me and we'll do it. So you'll need a big pan with a lid because your mustard seeds are gonna pop all over. You need a little bit of oil, and I just like to use grapeseed oil when I cook. And don't worry about my pan, it's a little bit gummy, but it's got tamarind in it because this morning I made fresh tamarind. So put in a little teaspoon, couple of teaspoons of oil. Get that going on high, right? So you want it to be on high. And as the oil starts to get hot, you want to throw in your mustard seeds. So here we go. As you can see, I'm just using the eyeball method. There we go. That's like a good teaspoon, maybe more. Who cares? Now, as they start to pop, they're going to start jumping all over your kitchen, so you'll need your lid. See, you can see that there's sizzling and popping. And what you have to do is you have to make sure that you wait until the popping finishes. So the minute they start popping, you're going to put on your lid and make sure they don't jump all over you. You can see that they're really popping. It's almost done. And when it's almost finished popping, because you don't want to burn it, you're going to put some whole cumin in there. Again, I like a lot of cumin. I love the taste in my potatoes. So I'm putting a good 2 to 3 teaspoons. So there you go. There's the cumin. There's the mustard seeds, making friends, popping away, getting all toasty. Let's see that. And the cumin gets brown really fast and gives it kind of a smoky taste as well, which I like. This is about a minute. You can see now it's all brown and toasty. All the mustard seeds have popped. And now, be warned, because this is dangerous, you're going to add your tomatoes. And I always use my lid to quickly get rid of the splash. Or what you can do, because it's smoking, is take it off the heat. Take it off the heat, and then put in your tomatoes. And what I've done is I put in my tomatoes. Here we go. And now what you want to do is don't make a mistake of adding the potatoes right away. Let your tomatoes cook a little bit. Let them cook. And let the oil start showing you that the tomatoes are ready. So you need about 3-4 minutes. Just let them cook. Especially if you're using whole tomatoes or chunks of tomatoes, you want them to cook down a bit. This is sauce, so it'll be very fast. You see all the oil coming out on the side of the tomatoes. That means the tomatoes are starting to get ready. And you throw in your potatoes. There we go. And let those potatoes start cooking and getting soft because the chickpeas are cooked already. And this is where you can add some of your other spices. Right, so here we go. About a teaspoon of turmeric, always very good for you. And a little bit of red chili. This is really hot, so I'm only going to use a little bit. And of course, you need salt. So turmeric, teaspoon, red chili, and now you need also some salt. About 2 teaspoons of salt. It's very red because I like a lot of tomato. If you don't like a lot of tomato and you want it to be more sort of brown, you can just use 1 can. But as I said, I like a lot of tomato. And you need to get the tomatoes and the potatoes to cook down so that the potatoes are just almost ready to eat before you add the other ingredients. For about 6 minutes, my potatoes are very soft because remember I put them in the microwave. And you know, secret number 2, if you don't have potatoes, don't worry about it. Use a can of corn instead. So I've often done that. I'm going to add about 3 cups of water. And what I did is I boiled it in my kettle so that also saves a lot of time. It's hot. Don't need to bring it to boil. And so now your soup is beginning to form. And you need quite a lot of water because you're going to add chickpeas and they need somewhere to float. So there you go. Right? You should just see liquid. The potatoes are in there cooking away. So you stir that. Now we're going to get our chickpeas. Here we go. So here we go. Here's our chickpeas. They're going in because the potatoes are done. Once the chickpeas are in, before you add the coconut milk and some cilantro as a final garnish, you want to make sure that the taste is right. So this is where you would add more chili, fresh lemon juice, and a little bit of sugar. That's the key. The sugar helps the chili and the lemon juice come together. So you need that 1 teaspoon of sugar. And unfortunately, it's just to taste. So I use about a teaspoon of sugar, a little bit more salt if I don't think I have enough. And I use a couple of fresh lemons and I squeeze them in. But again, if you don't have fresh lemons, that's okay. You can use citric acid and you just make sure that you balance and keep tasting until you have nice, tangy, little bit sweet. As I said this morning, I made tamarind sauce. So what I'm going to do is put in, instead of lemon, a tablespoon of tamarind sauce. It's also made with dates, so it's a little bit sweet. So it also brings me my sugar. So you put that in. And you have instant taste. There you go. So now what you want to do is put in your coconut milk and let everything simmer for 5 minutes. Actually, coconut milk, oops. It's a little bit, you can see that it's a little bit frozen here. So sometimes you have to stick a spoon or knife in and get it to move. So here I go. I'm going to mush this beautiful cream on top. You want this, you want to keep it. And make sure that it goes in. It's being very stubborn. There you go. So there's your coconut milk. Now the coconut milk can burn, so you have to make sure that you turn down your stove. And look, there you go. See the creamy color now? Kind of a saffron sunset color. And you want it to boil very slowly for 2 or 3 minutes while you go and chop your cilantro. Now you can see I have chopped up my cilantro, a big head. And as you can see, I've kept all the stems. This is where the yummy flavor is. Never, never throw away the stems. I just threw away the little bit at the bottom because it's going into the soup, and therefore everything is good. So once you get your cilantro in a rough chop, because I like it chunky, I want to see it, I want to smell it, you throw it in, and there you go. Ooh, look at that. Look at the color. Look at that color now. Now it looks like a party, doesn't it? So you ladle this into big bowls, right? You've got your potatoes and your chickpeas floating around. Lots of taste. I put more tamarind because I like it zingy and zappy. And you can add green chili, you can add red chili if you want it really spicy. But I added a spoon and it's fine. And now you're ready to have it. Your Chana Bateta is done.